Hello, Gal. Can you tell me something about the company you worked for?
Yes, I worked for Josie Chen. It's a jewelry company. It's handcrafted, so they make everything themselves. They make it there. My boss was someone from the UK, so it was really nice to have someone that has like European, yeah, a European culture, because then it was easy for me to work with someone that has the same values and things like we have here in Belgium and in Europe. And then we had two other girls working there. There were two Chinese girls, and they made the jewelry. So it was nice to have like my boss who was European, and then two other girls that were from China. So it was nice to see the difference.
Okay. How long did you work there?
I worked there for 6 months. I started in February.
Why did you choose for that company and for Shanghai in China?
First of all, I really wanted to go to China because I wanted to see something in Asia, and China was something, was a city that I really wanted to work in. I was also I was choosing between Hong Kong and Shanghai, but I've been to Hong Kong once. And I've never been to Shanghai, so it was a new opportunity for me, a new challenge. And then I found Josie Chen. Why Josie Chen? I really wanted to do something with fashion, so I was a marketing assistant over there. But I really wanted to work in a fashion-related company and not just marketing, so that's why I chose Josie Chen.
Okay. What about the power distance in China?
I think there's a high power distance compared to Belgium. Because over there the boss is really the boss, and then he has his employees. So it's not like you can interfere with your boss and share your ideas there. It's really like everyone does his own task, and it's difficult to. For me, it was difficult. Yeah, luckily for me, I had a European boss, but if I saw friends over there who had a Chinese boss, for them it was really difficult because if they had new ideas or they wanted to make propositions or something, they couldn't go to their boss and say like, "Hi, I want to change something," or "I have a new idea." So I think that's a big difference here compared to Belgium, because here it's easier to make suggestions.
Yeah, that's true. And is the Chinese culture rather for individualism or collectivism?
I think they're really there's a lot of collectivism. So especially with the family. So if they have to make decisions, like family decisions, then there's a lot of collectivism. So they decide everything in a large group.
Yeah.
Not if it's for business, because then there's a lot of like individualism. But I think if it's for like important family matters, then they work together.
Yeah. And the masculinity in China, what's that like?
I think there's a lot of like a high masculinity, because if you see, there like most of the people that are in church are still men. And it's not like here in Belgium, because here you have the emancipation. They're still focused on men, but it's coming more and more like they want to bring women to like in business and stuff. But I think it's still really old-fashioned if you compare it to Belgium.
It's really men above women. Yeah. Is China an uncertainty avoidance country or not?
When I did my research before I went to China, they said they were really uncertainty avoidant, but I think that's not really true, because if you see, they censor a lot. If you wanted to search something on Google or YouTube or even Facebook, that was all blocked. So I think they say they want to, like, everything is fine for them and they don't want to control anything. That's what I read on the internet, but I don't think that's true, because really, if you wanted, like, I think everything from the Western part of Europe the world, like America, everything is censored. So I think they want to control everything, but they don't want to show it to, like they say, like that we're not controlling anything, but I think if you're there and you live there for 6 months, you really can feel that they're
That's
controlling.
Yeah. Are Chinese people future orientated or rather carpe diem?
I think it's a little bit both of the. It's I think they're like long-term oriented, but also short-term, because I think they have like their plans for like, for example, like in a company they have like a 5-year plan, but then they will have actions as well to do everything on short term. So I think it's really a combination of both, and I think
And to conclude your conversation, was it a nice experience and would you like to go back, or do you say no? I have seen it.
No, I really like the city. I didn't expect the city to be that booming, because everything is like moving there, and it's like you can't, everything at night and during the day, it's all about like, the city is really like living, and it's really nice, and all the new businesses that are founded there. And if you compare it to Europe, I think they're much more further ahead than us. So I really liked it there, and I didn't expect it. Like I read about it, but I didn't expect it to be that booming. And and I really would like to go back. It was nice for 6 months. I don't think I really want to live there, because the culture is really different than here in Belgium and in Europe. But for a few more months, I would have stayed there. Yes. But
so would you recommend this country to other people?
Yes, I really, and especially the city. Like you have Beijing. I've been to Beijing as well. That was really nice as well. But I think Shanghai and Beijing and Hong Kong are the nice cities to go to. So
what about the culture in China? Can you give me a cultural difference between Belgium and China?
I think one of the biggest cultural differences that I saw there was the non-verbal communication. If you compare it here to Belgium, they are really, they live in a distance, so they don't like to touch each other, and especially in the business world. So they have a really intimate, not intimate behavior. So it's not done if you like touch someone, or eye contact during a meeting is also not done. But then if you compare it to the normal life, for example, if you in the morning, if I went from my office, from home to my office. Everyone is like really pushy, and then they come in your comfort zone. So they're really like, they like to push, and they like to like come really close. But then if you're in your business life, then it's not done to look at someone or touch someone. So I think it's again really strange, because in Belgium they would say like, oh, good job, and in China they don't do it. So for me it was something that I had to get used to, because it was not easy to know what to do or not. But then for me it was not that difficult, because I had my European boss. But then with the other employees it was not really easy to know in the beginning how to work with them. But at the end it worked out fine, so it was okay.
Okay. Thank you for your participation.
No problem, thanks.